What if the person you've sworn to destroy is the only one who understands why you need to burn it all down, and the line between vengeance and devotion blurs until you can no longer tell where justice ends and desire begins? In Love and Revenge, Elle Nickel delivers a dark romantic suspense that transforms the enemies to lovers trope into a high-stakes negotiation of trauma, proving that sometimes the most dangerous intimacy is forged not in safety, but in the shared wreckage of mutual ruin. This isn't merely another revenge romance with brooding antiheroes. It's a psychologically precise exploration of female rage, moral ambiguity, and the terrifying vulnerability of trusting someone whose hands are as stained as your own. From the first velvet-toned narration, listeners are plunged into a world where every kiss tastes like retribution, and every confession feels like both weapon and surrender. Perfect for fans of morally complex romance and stories where love is an act of defiance rather than redemption, this audiobook serves up relentless tension, unflinching emotional honesty, and a bond so volatile it threatens to consume everything, including itself. When investigative journalist Mara Voss infiltrates the inner circle of reclusive tech magnate Julian Thorne to expose his family's role in her sister's death, she expects manipulation, not to discover he's been waiting for someone brave enough to hold him accountable. But as Mara navigates gilded galas and encrypted secrets, she realizes Julian isn't hiding guilt, he's orchestrating his own downfall from within, and he needs her not as adversary, but as witness. Nickel masterfully avoids reducing their dynamic to toxic fantasy or cathartic punishment. Instead, she crafts a relationship rooted in radical accountability, where consent is negotiated through power shifts, and intimacy emerges from honoring each other's darkness without sanitizing it. The audiobook narration amplifies this emotional alchemy, capturing Mara's fierce determination softening into cautious trust, and Julian's guarded intensity revealing depths beneath performative control. You don't just hear their bond ignite, you feel the seismic shift of two souls learning to choose each other, despite everything demanding they remain weapons. What elevates In Love and Revenge beyond typical dark romance fare is its nuanced portrayal of revenge as collaborative healing, rather than solitary mission. Mara isn't merely exposing corruption, she's confronting how her quest has consumed her identity, challenging the notion that justice requires self-erasure. Julian doesn't earn forgiveness through suffering, he creates space where Mara's anger can exist without judgment, honoring her right to rage even as his own walls crumble. Their relationship evolves through acts of radical reciprocity, sharing evidence that doubles as confessions, setting boundaries that protect both truth and tenderness, and defending each other from allies who mistake accountability for betrayal. Supporting characters add vital texture, whistleblowers whose loyalty masks personal agendas, family members whose grief fuels complicity, even the city itself, rendered as both sanctuary and stage, where private reckonings become public declarations. Every interaction reinforces the novel's core truth. In worlds built on silence, speaking is sabotage, and love is the ultimate act of reclamation. Even the suspense elements serve thematic depth, with surveillance mirroring emotional exposure, and encrypted messages becoming metaphors for unspoken truths. For audiobook listeners, this production is an immersive sensory descent into elegant dread. The narrator embodies Mara and Julian with remarkable distinction. Mara's voice carries steel wrapped in dawning vulnerability, while Julian's resonant timbre trembles with suppressed emotion beneath disciplined cadence, making their chemistry palpable even in conflict. Sound design enhances atmosphere without overwhelming intimacy. Distant piano notes marking emotional transitions, rain against penthouse windows during vulnerable confessions, the hushed rustle of silk syncing with heartbeats during quiet exchanges, all anchor mythic stakes in tangible reality. Pacing mirrors the rhythm of infiltration, deliberate during moments of strategy and reflection, then surging with urgency as external threats force irreversible choices. Whether you're navigating daily commutes or lying awake in darkness, the audiobook creates a portable pressure cooker where isolation feels absolute and connection feels like oxygen. It's storytelling as embodied rebellion, transforming passive listening into active participation in a love story that refuses to be sanitized. Ultimately, In Love and Revenge redefines dark romantic suspense by centering female agency within hierarchical frameworks. It satisfies genre cravings for intense chemistry and high-stakes tension, while delivering substantive commentary on systemic corruption, masculine vulnerability, and the radical act of building partnerships based on equality rather than destiny. No prior series knowledge is needed. It stands confidently as a complete emotional odyssey. If you've ever wondered whether love can transcend engineered divides, or if true strength requires softness, this audiobook will affirm that sometimes the most powerful act is choosing to be seen, scars and all. Press play, brace against the fallout, and prepare to believe that even in landscapes shaped by betrayal, hearts still find ways to choose grace. Your next favorite dark romance isn't waiting in easy redemption. It's waiting in the brave, trembling choice to rewrite the story together.